Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a couple of juicy pieces to cover, so make sure you watch the entire video. In all seriousness, make sure you press that like button, it is greatly appreciated. And oh man, do we have a lot to talk about. So I think I'm gonna split it up into two pieces, but we'll see how it goes. So first of all, Tony Valentino said on Twitter, the XRP journey is confirmed to begin in Asia. Western powers such as the US, IMF, World Bank, etc. are allowing it so they can pretend they played no major role in XRP becoming digital gold. 50 billion plus minus XRP in escrow will still go to IMF eventually to liquidify the system. I sometimes kind of wonder exactly what your thoughts are on XRP, XRP Ledger, and where eventually it's going to go towards. Within the community, I'd say there's two main theories. A lot of people on one end say they don't want XRP to succeed. They're trying to push it down as much as possible, which again has two sub-opinions. One, because they don't want to show interest, and one, because they just want to keep all the control for themselves. But then there's the opposite side, which is people saying no, XRP was meant to be the world reserve currency. It's going to be like digital gold, $10,000, $35,000 per XRP, whatever. And I sometimes wonder what I really think XRP is meant for and where I really think it's going to go. If you're asking me honestly, am I waiting for the day it's going to hit 10,000 bucks? In reality, I am waiting for it, sure, but let's be honest here. If you have to wait for that day to become happy or anything like that, I don't think that's the healthy way to go about it. And honestly, I'd be very happy if XRP hit $12 or anything of the sort in any reasonable amount of time. Again, I personally also trade crypto a lot. Maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. But if you guys want to also trade regardless of what country in the world you're in, make sure you check out BitGet. You can use it in the US, UK, wherever in the world as far as I know. And the first, I think 10 or so people, maybe a little bit more that sign up get $10 for free. But still, everybody that makes a $50 deposit still gets $20 in XRP that you can do with as you please. But at maximum, you can get up to $8,000 worth of bonuses. So just check it out with the link down below. And to not stay too far away from topic, I honestly have very high hopes for this crypto. And I think over the next couple of years, the financial system is going to change a whole lot. And XRP, I think, is going to play a major role in the new financial system. But to what degree that's going to influence the price to go up by thousands of percent, I sometimes wonder, and I can't necessarily say I know. Now, there's quite a lot of cryptos that I believe in, as I've said before, and honestly, if you start looking at the XLM or just XRP rabbit hole, really things can get quite crazy pretty quickly. A lot of these are just wild theories, but that's the thing. A wild theory today can be the reality of tomorrow, so to speak, as a lot of these partnerships are hidden behind either NDAs, or as we just described at the start, people just don't want them to become public until the bitter end. I mean, look at Google, look at BlackRock, look at all these companies. They've all said, nah, big middle finger to crypto. They've done that for a long time. And all of a sudden this year, they're all turning around. Now, there were many people that already knew for probably years that it was being built out. You know, that the crypto rails were being placed. Albeit that these companies said, no, we hate it. Which is interesting. And on multiple occasions, I've talked to you guys about the confirmed manipulation of crypto. There's no way about it. There's no way around it. And potentially the manipulation of the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit, as for companies like JP Morgan, it is indeed very beneficial if Ripple does not do well, or at least if they're stalled or delayed by a little bit, as just now is their 10th anniversary and they're pretty much ahead of the game. Now, again, just sit down for, I'd say, 10 minutes. Just go read through a couple of these sheets that are placed by, I'm not going to pronounce that name. It really gets pretty crazy pretty quickly in how they interconnect all these different cryptos and how they could work together. It's pretty overwhelming pretty quickly. And especially if you look at all the names, for example, that they attach to it. But at the end of the day, it does make sense. It's not just, whoop, they take it out of a little, magician's hat or whatever. There are connections to most of these companies. There are documents found. There are mentions, which is why guys like XRP Owl, King Solomon, and guys like this XX guy, they go deep in trying to find all these hidden truths or connections that may or may not be there. The reason I'm saying that so carefully is because we can, connect the dots, but sometimes you're connecting the wrong dot. And that's the thing which I guess they're trying to find out. They're just trying to portray the information as far as they see it and how things make logical sense to connect. But to what extent that's going to increase the price is still something that people have to figure out eventually. But this is more so from the adoption skill as to how far they're going to get and how the new financial system could be made or how it could potentially work through a lot of these partnerships with these specific cryptos. And I just say that if you don't believe in any of the cryptos that we've mentioned a couple times in this list right here, if you don't hold any of these cryptos, that's completely fine because you're your own individual. But I personally say maybe look into it again and kind of think for yourself about how different cryptos have different purposes. And well, we never really know what type of purpose is going to pay off at the end of the day. We don't know exactly what the most profitable niche or area is going to be. And for that reason, it might be well worth it to look into the most logical sector for cryptocurrencies to thrive in, which is, well, the financial space of everyday transactions or just the current financial system and replacing that or adding to that in any way, shape, or form. Where Bitcoin, even though I'd personally say as well, through either Lightning Network or Bitcoin on its own, you might say it's a replacement to gold, which is an integral part of the financial system, certainly. But I think most of us would agree that it stands outside of a traditional payment landscape because everybody knows Bitcoin is not the easiest currency to transact. It's pretty easy to press the send button, but it's very expensive and it's pretty slow. Whereas XRP takes that cake or crown by a mile. And the same thing goes for a platformer. Well, Bitcoin's just not that good. Ethereum's pretty good, but there's a lot of other cryptos that are starting to become better. And so it's just worth it to look into it. I'm not even the guy that's going to say that XRP is going to stay on top of its game forever. Even though they've been stalled with this lawsuit, and I think they're going to become grandfathered in because of potentially, if they do, winning the lawsuit and becoming the first properly regulated crypto in the US. I can also kind of agree with the statement here that a lot of this adoption might actually stem from the Asia region, as Europe is a lot more strict on a lot of these rules. Quick little pause right here. Oh, hold up. All right. China ain't that nice on crypto, and they're a big part of Asia, I know. But if I think about it, most companies that I know in the crypto space that are thriving right now are Singapore, Hong Kong, UAE. Yeah, I think they're mostly from these areas, or the founders are from these areas. And sometimes we see a Switzerland in the midst, but you guys understand, like the Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, which is all in Asia, officially are thriving the most. And I think honestly it's going to kind of come from here and then flow over into Europe and US, but they're taking things a little bit more slowly. But that also sometimes makes me think, what's going to be the top crypto in like 5 or 10 years from now, you know? I mean, right now, XRP/Ripple is doing awesome. Even though these things are also hidden behind some walls, you know? You don't really see a lot of websites reporting how crazy the ODL volume is or how crazy the potential is. But I think after the lawsuit is over, that's going to change quite drastically. Again, it's increased 9 times year over year. That's absolutely wild if you think about it. Just imagine how far it's going to get once they get the proper regulatory clarity and realize how many partners have skipped out on Ripple or even thinking about using XRP ledger technology purely because of the lawsuit or purely because of FUD in the cryptocurrency space still. But at some point, that's all going to be gone. And since Bitcoin and Ethereum were basically given the just, go and figure yourself out by the US, I sometimes wonder how many cryptos people were too afraid to go into. And so what could happen once we get that clarity, which is, well, coming closer and closer every single day. Now, a couple little pieces. Again, it's Ripple's 10th anniversary, I think yesterday or so. There was a little discussion over on Twitter about David Schwartz leaving the company because, well, Nick Bogalis, the chief technology, I'm not sure exactly what his role would be, had just left to start a new journey. He's done a lot for the community, so it's definitely sad to see him go, but I guess we can also be proud that he's looking for a new journey somewhere else, and we don't know where he's going to go. It's officially veteran cryptographer. Again, you can see a couple days ago, next 2 weeks, crucial as XLS 20 amendment for native NFT support opens for voting. I sometimes forget as well that this stuff is also happening in the background, that Ripple/XRP/XRP Ledger are expanding in so many different verticals, all the while being pretty secure. I mean, it's not a Solana where we've had a ton of breaches. It's not an Ethereum thus far where things are crazy expensive or crazy locked up in terms of bottlenecking. It's doing pretty good with not that much drama except for the lawsuit. But again, that's going to be over at some point pretty soon, most likely. A little bit of drama in FTX paradise. Users lose millions due to an API exploit. Apparently, Wu Blockchain reported that 4 FTX users lost millions due to an API exploit. 3 commas is the fault there, or at least something is wrong there. Has denied that the breach occurred from its services, and FTX is investigating the events that led to the exploits, but it has to do with FTX API and 3 commas. Apparently for Cardano, the founder also said something special is coming in November. We don't know exactly what. He might have actually made a joke with the kind of Justin Sun vibe of an announcement. He added a couple of different memes to it, but yeah, I'm kind of hyped up, but not really. Charles Hoskinson himself said that Cardano right now is in the wait and see phase, and I guess maybe it's going to be something crazy. Maybe it's going to be an update about the upgrade from before. I don't know, but we shall see. Quick realization time as well. Crypto is really still at infancy stages. If Walmart is serious about crypto, Bitcoin might soar. Walmart China is already working with VeChain, and most likely they're looking into all this stuff. Again, most stores in the world are going to eventually have their loyalty programs as NFTs and work with crypto on a payment scale which they're already doing through the Visa method, but eventually directly it's going to happen. You know, there's no question about it. And again, if you're worried about crypto, just realize for yourself that it's ups and downs as always. If we get into a crazy recession, things might be bad for a little bit. But at the end of the day, I think the crypto space will thrive over the next couple of years to come. And specifically November here has been a very bullish month in history. So I'd say look out for some juicy times. Yeah, and to get back to it, again, some cool announcements regarding XRP and XP Ledger could be coming up soon, but that was it for right now. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this little quick video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys again in another one. Just wanted to quickly get all this news out to y'all and see you again in another.